Isaac and his mother lived alone in a small house on a hill. Isaac kept to himself, drawing pictures and playing with his toys as his mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television. Life was simple, and they were both happy. That was until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice from above. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved." "I will do my best to save him, my lord," Isaac's mother replied, rushing into Isaac's room, removing all that was evil from his life. Again, the voice called to her. "Isaac's soul is still corrupt. He needs to be cut off from all that is evil in this world and confess his sins." "I will follow your instructions, Lord. I have faith in thee," Isaac's mother replied, as she locked Isaac in his room, away from the evils of the world. One last time, Isaac's mom heard the voice of God calling to her. "You've done as I've asked, but I still question your devotion to me. To prove your faith, I will ask one more thing of you." "Yes, Lord, anything," Isaac's mother begged. "To prove your love and devotion, I require a sacrifice. Your son Isaac will be this sacrifice. Go into his room and end his life as an offering to me to prove you love me above all else." "Yes, Lord," she replied, grabbing a butcher's knife from the kitchen. Isaac, watching through a crack in his door, trembled in fear. Scrambling around his room to find a hiding place, he noticed a trapdoor to the basement hidden under his rug. Without hesitation, he flung open the hatch, just as his mother burst through his door and threw himself down into the unknown depths below.
Let's play The Binding of Isaac. Yes, I finally found a way to make this game work with fraps. If you couldn't tell from the intro, fair warning, this game is a parody of religion, specifically Judeo-Christianity. If that sort of thing offends you, toughen up, and also don't watch this video. So, the only character we have right now is Isaac. So what is The Binding of Isaac? Oh, I'm also using the Spider mod. And I am using a quote-unquote cheat that, where is it? Shows the numerical damage I do to enemies and their health when I deal damage to them. It's mostly to show how much damage a damage up really is. So let's go over the UI. Up here in the top left we have a map, and then we have 3 numbers: money, bombs, and keys. Keys are needed to get into certain rooms. Our arrows are actually our bullets, because this is a twin-stick shooter bullet hell roguelike. There's a slot for a spacebar item, and we have health containers. Down at the bottom left, you'll see the floor we're on. We are on a modified floor because we are playing the Wrath of the Lamb edition of the game. XL, meaning both floors of this quote-unquote chapter. Each chapter is the first 4 chapters are 2 floors, and you only play through the first 3 on your first playthrough. Let's go into this first room. It is a roguelike, almost a roguelite, really, in that there are certain room layouts, and each floor is made up of a random combination of them. Those are live bombs. They'll just blow up without you placing them. These blue rocks are tinted rocks. If you bomb them, you can get stuff out of them, like a key. Don't be fooled by the mini-boss health bar. it's just because they derive from a certain boss and mini-boss. Wow, I'm getting a lot of tinted rocks. Those are spirit hearts, or soul hearts, or blue hearts. Essentially your armor gauge. Or your overheal, depending on how you want to look at it. That right there is a treasure room, or item room, depending on which you prefer. Inside of these, you'll find your upgrade items. This is the heart. It is a health up, adding a heart container, as well as it completely restores your red hearts. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to pick it up, of course, but I want to make sure that I don't need the healing. Especially if I find a specific item, well, consumable item. The mechanics to this game are actually quite deep, and this is not going to be a 100% playthrough. Once I show off, ooh, this is a trinket. They go in the top left. You can normally only hold one, or if you have a certain passive item, hold two. Missing page, if you get hit, there's a chance you'll deal damage to all enemies in the room. I'm going to show off the final floors eventually, because you do have to play through the game several times. I'm going to open this locked chest. Chests will just spring out with goodies. Ooh, money and another spirit heart. That was well worth the bomb and the key. Eventually, we will find our boss room. There are two, because this is an XL floor, or Curse of the Labyrinth floor. I'll also be showing off all the challenges, and eventually I'll be doing custom challenges with the Spider Mod's built-in item-giving capabilities. Other than that, I'm not really going to cheat. I'm going back to get this chest here because, well, a bomb for a chest is almost always a good trade. A key. Definitely worthwhile, because keys are the most valuable resource you have, almost, because they allow you access to treasure rooms. If this weren't an XL floor, the first treasure room would have been free, as in I wouldn't have needed a key. These miscolored enemies are called champions. They have extra health and do a full heart of damage, whereas most enemies would only deal a half heart. However, they also drop a consumable upon defeat. This is the Ace of Spades. It'll randomly add a card to it, a chest or something similar, as cards I'll go over once I actually find one. Oh no. The jumping guys can run into the fire and become immolated hoppers, and they get a huge health boost, and they do a full heart of damage. Anyway, I'll be going over cards once we get them. I've 100%ed this game before, so I know the game reasonably well. Controls are WASD to move, arrow keys to shoot, or the mouse, but that's not really very good unless you have a certain unlockable item. Ooh, this is the $3 bill. This is a great item to showcase here because it will randomly add an effect to your tiers for a room. Plus, we look so happy when we carry it. Let's see. This effect is spectral tiers. It'll shoot through rocks and walls. It's really one of the best effects you can have. That up there is the shop, but shop upgrades always cost 15 or 7 cents. Alright, this is our first boss. Ooh, I got freezing effect. The freezing effect. The Duke of Flies, as you can see, he spawns flies. His name is a play on Lord of the Flies. I believe that is a alternative name for Beelzebub. A radioactive spider has appeared in the basement. That's because you beat a basement boss. Mom's Underwear gives you a range up, which is essentially more time on screen for your bullets. Or tears, rather. This next boss, Larry Jr., is multi-segmented. If you destroy a segment closer... Like, if I destroy the middle segment on that small Larry Jr., both segments will die. Well, all 3 segments will die. In fact... Pow. You don't have to destroy all the segments, obviously. You only need to destroy the one... As long as its head is the... You have to destroy all but one. That's a better way to put it. You could technically farm for money out of the poop, because he does spawn it, and there you can get stuff out of the stuff he spawns, but no thanks. Ooh, we gotta deal with the devil. This is this involves a lot of that is a lot of red hearts. There are ways to increase your chances of this. Let's see. These 2 items. This is Spirit of the Night. It gives you flight so you can go over rocks, and spectral tears so that you can, well, have spectral tears. This is Brimstone. It gives you a charging laser. It's more common than the Spirit of the Night, so I'm going to take the Spirit of the Night to show it off. Also makes you look kind of creepy. I'm going to go back and get the heart. And I'm not going to go to the shop because I want to save this key for the next floor to get into the treasure room there. Up there, you'll see my tears have changed. That symbol represents homing tears. They're actually rather weak in this game. Pick up the heart. So basically, out of the boss rooms, I got a range upgrade and Spirit of the Night. The deals with the devil are typically the only way to get those items. There are a couple of exceptions, but I'll go over them if we come to them. I went to the item room instead of the boss room. The last boss on a floor, typically the only boss, will, except in certain occasions, create a trap door to go down to the next floor. And these little vignettes play. Isaac had a horrible childhood. Those little guys will spawn bombs. Will toss bombs at you. These guys split up. Ow. And when you destroy the little segments, when they're not over a gap, they'll create some of the most annoying enemies in the game. Wow, am I really not going to show them off? This is unprecedented for me. Wow. Alright, I'm on the Catacombs 1. This is an alternative floor added in Wrath of the Lamb. Sometimes you'll randomly get the Catacombs rather than the Caves floor. Creating different enemies like this. Oh, I have mirrored tears. They halfway through their time, they come back at you, which is typically a nuisance, but it's actually working out for me pretty well. Again, this effect is due to the $3 bill. This is a tarot card. You'll find 1 through 21. This one is 1 the Magician. Gives you homing shots for a room. Doctor's Remote is actually a pretty good item. It's just there are a lot of spacebar items that are better. Let's do that, and it creates this little missile. It's essentially a reference to Dr. Fetus in Super Meat Boy, because this was created by Edmund Macmillan and Florian Himsel. So, ooh, this isn't a curse room. Typically, you'll take damage going in and leave. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. These are two great items. But since I'm flying, I only take damage when I leave. This item is Guppy's Tail. Added in. I'm not going to really talk about items in Wrath of the Lamb. This item will create more chests, especially locked chests. Guppy's Paw you can use it to consume a heart container for 3 spirit hearts. At this point of the game, this being the first playthrough of this save file, it's not really that good, but eventually it becomes one of the best items. Let's go in. This is a slot machine. Play it. Sometimes you'll get stuff out of it. I'll go down to 7 cents. Ooh, a bomb. I'm going to use a bomb here to escape the secret room. Secret rooms are typically in these little crevices, as you'll see on the map. Sometimes the generation for them is wonky, though. I picked up 7 the Chariot, which gives you invincibility. It's essentially a Starman it's basically a Starman, yeah. The teeth are from the Tough Love effect. The higher your luck stat, which can only be increased by pills, which are consumable similar to tarot cards. Sometimes you'll get these teeth that deal double damage. I left Guppy's Paw there because, as I mentioned, it's not that good at this point of the game. Though I did pick it up specifically, not just to show it off, but because of something you can do with the Guppy's items. Ooh, this is, wow, a great run. This is the Fallen. He will drop a Deal with the Devil item. I'm going to use the Chariot here. And he'll split up once you get him down to about half health. Each with a quarter of the Fallen's max health. He's a relatively difficult fight, considering this is the quote-unquote third floor. Also, those are like Pacioli's lasers. The hitbox forms a little early and leaves forms a little late and leaves a little early. The Dead Cat. This gives you 1 heart, takes you down to 1 heart container, and gives you 9 lives. But when you die, you respawn with 1 heart container, even if you picked up a health up. This has turned us into Guppy. This entails automatic flight, even if you didn't already have it, and a few other nice effects. Such as when you, well, mostly the fact that when you hit an enemy, you'll create an attack fly, which will home in on an enemy and deal twice your tears damage. Becoming Guppy is by picking up 3 Guppy items, including the Dead Cat. I really need some more keys. That is a challenge room. If you have health equal to or greater than your max health via spirit hearts, you can enter those. Typically they'll have a chest or occasionally an item. I'm gonna go ahead and nuke these guys. Oh, reverse tears, man. Yeah, these flies basically make the game easy mode. Let's see, this is a pill. There are certain effects you can get from pills, and Some are positive, some are negative, some are situational. Bad gas poisons enemies around you. Growth hormones is one of the syringe items and gives you a speed and damage up. There are several of those type of items, and they tend to give you speed and another stat. If we go to our pause menu, you'll see our base stats are, well, our stats are speed, tiers are firing rate, damage, and range. And you can also see most of the items you collected throughout a run. I'm not really going to explain most of the enemies unless they have a really annoying gimmick that I feel is worth explaining. Oh, sometimes the $3 bill will give you the magnet, which draws consumables aside from pills toward you. And you'll notice from our damage that the growth hormones are a substantial damage up. Let's see. I would really like more keys so I can open up those golden chests, because golden chests can occasionally give you items, like upgrade items. Actually, I may as well go fight the boss. As you saw on the first floor, you're not obligated to go straight down after you beat a boss in any way, shape, or form. This guy will create the slowing creep. Spelunker is from completing the basement. Meat is a damage and health up. But yeah, Widow will also spawn those double spiders. Let's see. Krampus is a boss you can occasionally find in the Deal with the Devil room. Basically an easier Fallen who doesn't split up. And he also doesn't chase you before doing that quad laser attack. He has fairly high health. He also drops the Lump of Coal, which does more damage the longer a tier is on screen. I'm going to check for the secret room. There are 2 locations primarily here. Unfortunately, the attack flies can knock your bombs around. Oh, wow. Nickel will give you 5 cents, obviously. I'm going to use the remote charge. Huh. Sometimes a floor will spawn with no secret room. Which is a bug, by the way. Unfortunately, I can't open any of those golden chests. But we descend into the... Oh, no. The Necropolis is the harder version. Oh, tri-shot. Yeah. The Necropolis is basically the harder version of the Depths. And it's typically actually the hardest set of floors. I say set because there are a couple of chapters that are 1 floor long. The High Priestess. It's an amusing card. Well, like, it's a useful card with an amusing effect. And I'll probably use it on this, challenge room. Yep. 350 damage to 1 target. Targeted at random, by the way. The Empress, gives you a pretty decent damage up for a room. These zombies can only be hit from behind. So, they're kind of annoying, but not until the later floors. Unfortunately, live bombs are also drawn to you with the magnet effect. The magnet, all of these effects can be garnered permanently from certain items. I may as well fight this boss, Loki. One of the easier bosses you can find on this set of floor. Did I really just no, that's from destroying enough rocks. A small rock is an item that Yeah, he has less health than Krampus. Small rock unlocked by destroying enough rocks. It's an item you can find from tinted rocks. That's a damage up and a speed down. Rotten meat, a reference to Terraria. Unless Terraria was referencing something else with that, which is a very real possibility. I'm not an expert on references. There is a trick with bombs' blast radiuses. If you leave and come back to a room after placing down a bomb, you get a higher blast radius off of it. I'm not sure why it is. Also, you can technically have hearts off the screen. This is actually a bug and is going to be fixed in the remake, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, coming out early next year. This is going to be a long-term project, by the way. Ooh, the stars will save us a key. Teleports you to the item room. The virus unlocks the common cold. When enemies make direct contact with you, they will get poisoned. Poison is amazing. Alright. Keep the Empress for the final boss of this run. The tower will spawn a bunch of live bombs in a room, which honestly is not a very good thing, unless you're desperately looking for a secret room. The secret room can contain a slot machine, money, or certain items. Friends till the end pill effect just creates attack flies. Alright. Nickel and a key. Of course I get a plethora of keys on the floor that I don't have a bunch of golden chests. Yeah, part of the fun of this game is just watching Isaac, or whatever character you're playing as, mutate as you pick up items. Let's head into this shop. Mini-boss, Super Greed. Really annoying. It's not a random chance. It's actually decided as the run is generated. Which is seeded, but it does diverge based on items you pick up. Justice spawns a bunch of pickups. It's a pretty good card. Anyway, I can't believe I became Guppy on this first run. This is normally a very difficult feat. And we're here on the final floor of this run. The Depths, or Necropolis 2. This is an arcade. It takes 1 penny to enter. It only generates on the floor if you have 5 cents or more. I don't believe that having more... Ooh! Playing that blood bank takes health, gives you money, and it can give you the blood bag. I don't believe that having more money increases the chance of an arcade spawning. This little dude can give you supplies. It's not super important to have a lot of supplies on this run, because it is just the first run. It's basically the tutorial playthrough. Pop both of these open. Let's see. Bomb, health, and the tarot card, the Hanged Man. Just gives you flight for a room. I used it up just so I don't come back and think, oh, I should do this. Let's see. The Hermit teleports you to the shop. You will never get greed 2 floors in a row. You can also show up in secret rooms, but the compass shows you where the special rooms are on a floor. Well, on every floor after you pick it up. Red chests, just give you random stuff from the curse rooms. Stars will teleport me back, all the way to the item room. Let's see, what's this? What's this pill? Health up. Bad gas, meh. Let's use the stars. Magic mushroom, all stats up. For a room. No, not for a room. I'm thinking of a tarot card that essentially gives you the item for a room. Red patch, when you take a hit, will sometimes give you extra damage. Not really useful. Guppy's head, all 4 guppy items. Spawns attack flies. I do prefer Doctor's Remote. I'm basically going to clear out this floor for fighting the boss, because I want to make this as clear-cut a victory as possible. Judgment will give you items and pickups if you give him enough money. Mom's Purse is the item that lets you hold multiple trinket items. Like, I can go back and pick up the red patch. And I might as well, because I'm probably going to take damage on the mom fight, because it's kind of a pain in the neck to avoid taking damage. There are achievements for completing a chapter without taking damage. But that's technically just beating that chapter's second boss without taking damage. This is a fortune teller. You can get spirit hearts, trinkets, and tarot cards out of it. And I figure I might as well use all my money here. Well, I'll go down to 30 cents, I suppose. I don't want this video to drag on. Justice! Batman's Arcana. Ooh, Cancer. Doubles your firing rate. One of the best trinkets in the game. Pinky Eye occasionally gives poison shot. You know what? I think I'll roll Pinky Eye Cancer. Yeah. I'm clearing out this floor. Like, I don't want the run to go on too long, but I don't want the video to be too short. You can poison zombies from the front. Tammy's head. This is actually a pretty good item. Sprays tears in all 8 directions. What did it fire in 10? I don't remember. Recharges in 1 room. Another health up. Ooh, by having 7 heart containers, you unlock the character Mary Magdalene. I'll go over characters at a different time. And unlock the heart by unlocking her. You can poison a zombie from the front, by the way, and they will take damage. Take the Empress. I thought I'd completed this room, so I was trying to leave. You can also bomb doors open. Like, there's pretty much no reason not to use Tammy's head every room. Let's just look for the secret room. You can place bombs with Shift or E, by the way. Ooh, money. Kind of wish I got 3 more nickels. There's... Are you gonna pay out with a dime and a penny? No. Darn. because you do unlock a character at 55 cents, and it is the easiest character to play. Mom, the final boss of this run. Wow, I botched that Tammy's head usage. But yeah, I got just the best first run. Yeah, I just murdered her with the poison.
His mother, fueled with the desire to serve her God, was bearing down on Isaac. I will do as I'm told, my lord. I love you above all else, Isaac's mother repeated to herself. This was the end of the line for Isaac. His mother was far too strong for him. But just as he accepted his fate, God intervened, sending an angel down from above to stop his mother's hand. And just like that, it was over.
And that is the first of 13 endings to the Binding of Isaac. And all enemies do have an official name. I just use whatever I know them as. I didn't really comment on it during this playthrough, but this game has a fantastic soundtrack. By Danny B, the same guy who did the Super Meat Boy soundtrack, actually. And for that victory, we actually got 3 secrets. The Cube of Meat, the Harbingers, and Chapter 4. The Harbingers are 4 new bosses. Yeah, actually, yeah. 5 new bosses. 1 for each floor, each chapter, and 1 extra. And the Cube of Meat is what they drop. But that's enough about that. We also unlocked Magdalene, a character who starts with 4 health containers, 1 speed, and base damage, as well as the Yum Heart, which recovers 1 red heart. But that's enough about that. Next time on Let's Play The Binding of Isaac, we'll be going into Chapter 4. See you guys then.